We're back with a closer look at abortion rights, a key issue on several ballots across the country this midterm cycle after the overturning of Roe versus Wade.
That's right. And voters in California, Michigan, Vermont, Kentucky, and Montana were all considering measures on abortion. It comes on the heels of that major vote in Kansas over the summer when voters rejected a proposed state constitutional amendment that would have ended protections for abortion. Joining us now to discuss is NBC News investigative reporter Chloe Atkins. Chloe, great to see you. First of all, I got to say, beautiful blazer. I mean, it's a great look.
I feel left out.
Never seen anything quite like it.
We'll do what we can.
But okay, let's talk about what we know so far. NBC News projecting some of these measures. California, Vermont, Michigan have been approved. Tell us about these measures and what this means the message voters sent was.
Right. So abortion rights had a huge night last night with many voters turning out and signaling that they want to protect abortion rights after the overturning of Roe v. Wade. So we're now seeing in the states like you just mentioned, California, Vermont, and Michigan, abortion rights is now enshrined into the state's constitution. So it's pretty solid now. Abortion rights is protected there. But one state that I was really following closely was Michigan. And that's because, you know, while abortion is legal in Michigan, they have a pre-Roe abortion ban. A ban from 1930s has very narrow exceptions. And, you know, if this measure was not, you know, voted for, if it didn't win, what would happen is that pre-Roe abortion ban could have likely gone into effect. And Michigan, you know, after the overturning of Roe v. Wade, has really solidified itself as an abortion safe haven state. After Roe v. Wade was overturned, it experienced an 8% increase in abortions. And that's because the region, the Midwest, was really depending on places like Michigan and Illinois for care.
And so Michigan is one of those states where if that had gone back into play, the 1931 ban, you would actually see prosecutions for people who had abortions or help with them. Tell us a little bit about the states where we're still waiting to hear what the results are, Kentucky and Montana. What's at stake for those states?
A lot is at stake, and you bring up my home state of Kentucky. They're talking about a measure where people are turning out to decide whether they want to, you know, vote that there is no right to an abortion in the state of Kentucky. So right now, abortion is illegal in the state right this moment, and we see reproductive rights groups and the two providers, the last two standing providers, suing in state court. So if this measure is approved and it says in the state's constitution that there's no right to an abortion, it'll make it very hard for them to continue to challenge that law in court. And, you know, Kentuckians will have to still continue to seek care in places like Illinois and now in Michigan. Now, when we talk about Montana, it's a little bit of a wonkier, nuanced ballot initiative. What it would require, if it is approved, it would require providers to provide life-saving measures in a reasonable way to infants that are born alive, including when an abortion happens. But the nuance is that an infant is rarely born alive when an abortion is carried out. And what it does impact is it impacts mothers and families who have complicated pregnancies or their infant is born too early, and it gets in the way of them being able to comfort the infant and have those last moments with them.
All right, Chloe, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.